advised. Incoming transmission in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Outcasted OC podcast. Today, we are going to be covering the Elimination Chamber predictions. We're going to be going through the entire match card and giving you our thoughts on what is going to happen in each match. But first and foremost, how is everyone doing today?
I'm doing great,
I
dude.
haven't spoken to you for like 3 years.
I know, I've been so MIA lately, whether it's been me getting ready for my wedding or if I've been at work. I've not been as active within the world of professional wrestling as I normally am, but I tell you, mate, in like 4 or 5 weeks, that will change. So,
You're back.
you get me back, which is fantastic.
I'd just like to point out, by the way, that this is a predictions plural video because, believe it or not, according to what I've only just noticed, is more than one match advertised for Elimination Chamber. I wouldn't know that because WWE hasn't really told me. But, you know.
They've kept it on the DL. But before we get into the predictions for the PLE, we have a guest today. We have Van back. We love Van. Do you want to introduce yourself to those that are new and kind of what you do in terms of professional wrestling content?
Woo! Hi, my name is Van. I do wrestling stuff. That's fun. I make music. I have a new song dropping tonight, actually. So get in that. And I'm here to spout Kevin Owens propaganda. And you can follow me at Van.
We're gonna have a problem.
Well, now, my favourite song of Van's is Sunflower Boots. So listen to that
So
one.
you just basically need to top that. All right. So you guys ready?
I'm trying.
Love it. So you guys ready to get into the predictions for?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm just going to be honest with you guys. Like, obviously, I haven't been keeping up with wrestling as much as I normally do, but I still know what, matches are taking place. I've seen clips here and there. Is anyone confused at the fact that we normally have 5 matches from Triple H, but this time we're getting 4? Like, what's the kind of... How are we all feeling about a shorter match card?
The same situation as the Rumble. Like, both the Rumble matches take quite a while. I feel like both the Elimination Chamber matches could take quite a while. So I feel like that's where we're going with that. So if we're looking at how often is it someone gets released from a pod? Every 5 minutes?
5 minutes, I think.
Yeah. 5 minutes.
So that's like half an hour, like straight away there. So we're looking up to an hour for each of the chamber matches. I think that's possibly why.
And then Rock will take like 45 minutes to an hour to just get his
Oh God, I forgot about that bit. Oh my God,
that was so bad. We'll get into that. We will get into
put any women's matches for it.
Oh shit! Don't even start with me about that. But let's talk about the women's match first, because I feel as though there is a trend of them starting off the Elimination Chamber PLEs, them starting off Royal Rumble. We want to start on a high. So the participants in this match are Roxanne Perez, Bayley, Naomi, and Bianca Belair, and we have Liv Morgan and Alexa Bliss. Van, I'm going to go to you first. What is your prediction for this match? How do you see it going?
This one has flipped in the last 48 hours or whenever since SmackDown. I was gonna go with Liv Morgan, I won't lie. And her winning the tag titles has kind of messed with me. As much as I want to go with Roxanne Perez here, I would adore that. She had a great showing in the Rumble. Would be a fun surprise, and I think that match with Rhea Ripley would be really interesting. But I think I'm gonna go with Bianca here. As much as I'm not a huge Bianca fan, I don't hate her, but she's just not my favorite. I'm an Alexa Bliss guy personally. I just don't see Alexa winning, and I think Bianca's when in doubt, Bianca's winning.
Absolutely, I agree. Reese, how you feeling?
To be honest, I think we should just cut this match just so we give The Rock another 45 minutes to do a promo. But that's just my opinion.
Basically, you want to give him like an hour and a half then. So if you give him 45, then you give him another 45.
I mean, he needs to hit his points, right? So you need to get him at least an hour and a half to talk. Like,
just repeat his sentences.
He needs to get an even amount of face and heel turns, while he's doing the promo.
At least 5 times each.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he needs time to tell the fans equally to shut up because they have STDs and also they're the best city in America. He needs to get all of that in. No, but seriously, I am looking forward to this match. I think it's been severely underhyped in terms of WWE hasn't actually advertised this match very much. The fact that we've got Roxanne Perez in there and we haven't really heard anything about it. I mean, obviously, during the qualifying match, people were saying about how amazing it was going to be. But I feel like it should be a bigger deal. You've got someone who's on the NXT roster in the Elimination Chamber match. And the fact that she did so well in the Royal Rumble, like Van said, I think you should be hyping that up a little bit more. Like, she's got a real chance of winning this. Like, why is commentary not saying any of that?
I just want to ask quickly, have we ever had a women's NXT talent in the last couple of years actually participate in an elimination chamber?
I don't remember.
So that's history making in itself. That needs to be recognised more.
Exactly. And the fact that they're only going to mention it on the night probably is a bit like, what the hell? I would in a perfect world, I would quite like Roxanne to win this match. But it is always hard to go against Bianca Belair. I think the fact that we have got this Who Attacked Jade Cargill storyline looming is really severely affecting like the outcome of the storyline after the chamber. I'd quite in an ideal world, again, I would quite like the answers to happen on SmackDown, so it's out of the way, and then we can just go to the chamber with either Naomi or Bianca as a face or a heel. Like, but I'm also going to go with Bianca. I would quite like Roxanne to get to the final two. I would like her to start the match. I don't want her in a pod. Make her once again the Iron Woman. I think it'd be great.
Absolutely. G, what are your thoughts?
So in a similar situation to Van, I was Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan's the only one that makes sense. Liv Morgan's got the history currently with Rhea. She's the only one that made sense to me at first, and then she won the tag belts with Raquel, and I was like, they're not going to give it to Liv now. Literally, I was stood with Ross about half an hour ago, literally going, I don't know who's going to win. I don't know who's going to win. I don't know who to pick now. But in the end, similar situation, I would have loved to see Roxanne win, but I don't think they're going to give it to her. And I went for Bianca as well. I just think she's the strongest one in there. I don't think they'll give it to Bayley, as much as you know I'm a Bayley girl. I love Bayley. I just feel like they're doing her so dirty right now that they're not going to give it to her. So Bianca seems like the strongest person in there that probably will win.
Nice. Ross?
I'll point out the fact that, like, sorry, Ross, before, like, everyone's on about Liv Morgan. She was, like, probably down to win it, but does anyone else want to see another 3 months of Rhea versus
No. I think that was the trajectory they were going to go down, and then if they were going to have EO do it, they were going to have like a triple threat. But I don't want to see, and I really don't want to sound harsh by saying this, but I really just don't want to see Liv in the title picture for a little bit. I think it's just because of who the champion is. I feel like if there was somebody else that was champion, I would definitely welcome her back into that scene. But I just think while Rhea is on top, please, like we've had enough. It's like when you go to like an all-you-can-eat buffet and you accidentally start by eating the dessert first and you screw yourself over and then you can't eat anything else because you're too full. That's what it feels like.
Just bear in mind that someone has probably in the world gotten pregnant before Liv and Rhea started feuding, and then gone all the way to deliver the baby, and they are still feuding.
Like what you did to deliver. Nice.
That was good. Yeah.
Wow.
As much as it sucks to have them feuding, that does mean more Dominic Mysterio on our television, and I'm never gonna say no to more Dominic Mysterio on my television.
I am pushing the agenda for him to win Money in the Bank this year.
No, me too. I've been saying it.
I love it. Ross, what's your thought on this match?
So originally I sat down and I had the same situation of like a lot of you guys. I was like, it kind of seems obvious that Liv kind of would have just got the win because it's a safe, easy pick. But then she won the tag belt. So I kind of really sat there and I was like, there's a couple of storylines this could go. Like I Menard Bayley, because if we sit down and think about it, Rhea then each Mania would have gone against one of the 4 horsewomen. Not including Sasha. So it would have been like each year she's gone through the like trials and tribulations of going against the staples. But I said one that I think a lot more people would want to see, and it's a lot more interesting in my eyes. I have put Roxanne as like my dark horse pick.
Nice.
And I keep that prediction because what's a great way to show someone getting called up, especially with a name like the Prodigy. You get called up, one of your first major pay-per-views, you win. That sticks with your gimmick, that pushes your gimmick and elevates it. And once again, it's size in this match, Rhea's always gone against people where it's like height advantage and muscle advantage has been something Rhea picks people apart.
I mean, you
If
think
you-
about the Zelina Vega match for
Exactly,
starters,
and
like
how
that, yeah.
and how good the Selena feud was because of that. I feel like Roxanne getting underestimated in that sense would make Rhea be like, "Oh, I could take a back seat for a bit," and then not realize what it lands her into, and that makes quite an interesting feud in my
I
eyes.
agree.
So, like, I'm sticking with Roxanne, but I feel like Bailey works as well.
Fair
It'd be
enough.
an interesting dynamic between Roxanne and Rhea. It'd be kind of a similar dynamic to Roxanne and Jordan Grace from last year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, Ross, I respect that we all talked about Roxanne. I respect someone had the balls to pick her. I respect.
Yeah.
I respect
It's valid, it's valid, yeah.
Whether or not the pick was right is
Oh.
to be determined, but it's nice that you wanted to, you know, go with something different.
Look,
Russ
my
doesn't
prediction.
care for points. He picks
I
his
was gonna say-
favourite.
He's
My
here just for the
predictions have never
participation.
been on it.
Just happy
Let's
to
get
be
it real.
here.
My predictions have never been on it. Mine are just fantasy booking and throwing things at a dartboard and hope somewhere it lands to where I kind of
I
want
respect it. Bigger balls than Nick Aldis. I respect it.
it.
Hey,
I-
no.
Talking about this women's match, I really expected to see Io Sky in this match.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gutted.
I wonder what
didn't
her,
make her in it.
like track to WrestleMania is going to look like. It might honestly.
I had an idea for it.
Token tag, I think.
I had an idea for it. I think this depends on how severe the injury is. Seeing as though we're not doing anything with EO this year for WrestleMania, it seems. Give me EO versus Julia at Stand and Deliver. That'd be so dope.
Oh, that'd be
Oh
cool.
my
Well, because they're going to do that champion versus champion at potentially at Roadblock.
Roadblock,
So,
yeah.
Yeah. Give me that. Give me that, please. Take my money. Yeah, that'd be amazing.
I'm now going to say it's kind of ruined Roadblock for me that this injury claim has now came out because my gut instinct is telling me Julia might end up like dropping the belt at that feud because of the injury. If it is a severe one, that's a quick, easy way to do it. Because the first thing I said to G when I saw it, I went, that's too soon. Doing a champion versus champion too soon.
Is it champion versus champion for the
Belt
belt?
for belt.
When it takes all, yeah.
Takes both. Whoever wins takes both.
Oh, I
And
didn't realise that. I thought they were just going at it to see who was the best.
No,
I didn't realise it was for the belt.
Initially when they'd spoken about it in the ring, it was champion versus champion, but Ava went ahead and said, no, it's like belt for belt.
Yeah.
This is how it weirdly got escalated. Julia basically said, we'll do champion versus champion. And then Stephanie Vacour went, okay, then, well, let's do title for title. Like Stephanie Vacour kind of wanted it to be that, where Julia was like, "Now we'll just showcase off each other," and then Ava took obviously the belt for belt booking side of it. So I think the injury side of it now has kind of took my excitement away. Not in the sense of I know the match is going to be incredible.
Well,
I'm now worried.
You can potentially see where it's going because we've had this happen before. Like you can kind of see it unfolding in that same regard. Yeah.
Do we see Jade Cargill getting involved in this match physically?
Yes.
I mean, I would like to see that.
I would quite like just a senseless attack from her. In terms of
she does what AJ Styles did last year, flown halfway across the world just to beat the ever living shit out of LA Knight.
that. But I would love to just see. Like, obviously, I don't want any evidence to come out, or anything to be revealed. I just want Jade Cargill to come and attack, like, either Naomi or Bianca, like, with no rhyme or reason. So obviously the fans can put it together themselves, like, oh, shit, right, yeah.
Another reason why I kind of picked Bianca, because I feel like Naomi's behind it, and I thought maybe Jade could show up, tell Bianca that it's like Naomi in the midst of the match, come out and announce it or something, and Bianca's like, oh, what the hell, turns on Naomi and then wins. It's kind of like
I would like it to be a bit of a twist where I would quite like Bianca to be the person who was responsible for it. Because there's a story there where you could say, obviously Bianca kind of took Jade under her wing when she joined the main roster, and then she saw her getting better and better and better and thought she was going to get overtaken by Jade, so she took her out.
Just that jealousy storyline that you can play
a world where it's like it's final three is Naomi, Liv, and Bianca, and Jade comes in. The three of them stare down Liv. Liv thinks she's gonna die, and Jade attacks both Naomi and Bianca. Liv wins. I don't know. I just thought I had.
Potentially.
I thought he was going to say. I thought he was going to say. I thought he was going to say like Liv gets eliminated. They open the door to let her out, and then she's on.
Either way, like, and they all come in and Bianca and Naomi are like, "Yay! Oh my gosh, let's hug!" And they hug and do everything, and
all the massive Jade kicks she does. Yeah.
Nice.
When it comes to court, because we never got to that.
Yeah, I was just letting you guys get your thoughts out because I'm going to keep mine shorter. Because I'm just looking at the match graphic just right now. Honestly, when it comes to the lineup for this, I see a world where a lot of the women in this match already have feuds going into it and feuds coming out of it. You know, your Roxanne and your Bailey. That's something we've been saying for a while. Potentially at Stand and Deliver. We've been seeing a little bit going back and forth between Liv and Alexa. They had a bit of a play around when it came to the Rumble. Obviously, we've just seen Bianca and Naomi drop the tag titles. I do personally see Bianca winning. I think she's the only logical choice for me in this match. I'm not even talking about the Jade Cargill storyline, but I mean, it was referenced just before as well that, you know, Rhea has been working towards beating all four of the horsewomen at WrestleMania. And just in general, that's exactly what Bianca's storyline is. You know, she's got one more horsewoman that she needs to beat to say that she's beaten them all. So that's the kind of maybe storyline that they could go in towards in terms of, you know, we've both come up from NXT. We came up together. We've been friends. We've both gone and tried to dominate the division. We just want to see who's the best of the best and just make it that instead of, you know, having to actually have like a physical story behind it and have a definite, you know, baby face and a heel in this situation because they're both trying to fight the same fight. But what happens is when you take different roads, which clearly they have, you know, all paths come back to each other. And it's a situation where, you know, they've gone and taken different paths to get to their status within the company. All roads lead back to each other. That's just, you know, I feel like that's just the collision course that we're going to see go down. Because I've been wanting to see Rhea and Bianca for a long time. And I personally do think, and going back to EO, I think if we are going to be getting this situation here, I could definitely see it be a triple threat with EO involved with the, you know, with Bianca and Rhea. I definitely think that's something that we could definitely see go down because I would like to see that. Even if that happens at something like Backlash or whatever, if they just did Rhea and Bianca at Mania and then they inserted EO at Backlash, that could be quite cool. So I've got Bianca for this match. But yeah, I do think Jade's storyline is very interesting. I feel as though maybe it fell off for a little bit just while they were trying to figure out what was going on. But personally, I do want to see Bianca be the one to do it, even if she wasn't physically the one to attack Jade, even if she was the one orchestrating the plan. That goes to show, like, yes, she is a babyface, but when she feels uncomfortable and she feels threatened by her position, potentially, you know, becoming in jeopardy because someone else is getting better than her, you know, she feels as though she's going to be the next replacement. She could have gotten someone in to help with that, you know? The same goes for Naomi. If it is Naomi and she doesn't actually want to be the one that's defeated her, she could have someone like a Jordan Grace come in and be the one to attack Jade, you know, because they've played on that as well during the Rumble as well too. So
where Bianca got pissed that Jordan hugged Naomi and they were like all body, but
she's like, "No fuck,
what the hell is this?"
Yeah, exactly. Okay, moving on to the next match, we have two Canadian darlings taking on each other. Did I not call this a couple of weeks ago in the podcast? I'm telling you this, guys. I am a psychic. We've got Sami Zayn taking on Kevin Owens in an unsanctioned match. This is probably the closest these two are going to get to main eventing WrestleMania because I don't know if it'll ever happen for them like at WrestleMania itself, but for them to have taken the path that they have and come together in Toronto for this will feel very much like a coming home moment. I'm going to start with Reese on this one. How are you feeling about the match between Sami and Kevin, and what's your pick going into it?
It's kind of a bittersweet match, to be honest, because at the same time, it's a good and a bad thing that it's happening in Toronto, and Elimination Chamber, because they're going to get a great reaction. Both of them are going to get an amazing like reception from the audience, but this does feel like it should be happening at WrestleMania, to be honest with you. So I think that's the only reason why it's happening now, because it should have been WrestleMania. I can't really say anything else except it'll probably be match of the night. if they let it go for a long time.
I hope so.
I don't really get the argument of people saying when they say they're sick of Sammy versus Kevin. You know, that's like saying you're sick of pizza. You know, like no, like it's
And for
fine.
someone
It's
who
great
hasn't
every
had
single
pizza in
time.
almost a year, that's really painful when I hear people say that. I'm like, do you not know what pizza actually feels like and tastes like? It's so good.
It's like, do you know what I mean? You don't get sick of it. It's a different flavor, different time, but it's always nice. So with Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens, you know, I've not been the best Kevin Owens fan over the past year, but I'm excited to see this. Who do I think is going to win this? Unfortunately, it should be Kevin Owens, but I think it's going to be Sami Zayn because I think we're probably going to see Randy Orton come back and probably kick Kevin Owens in the head.
And that's how we set up Mania.
Yeah, I think that is going to be the match at Mania because I think we're going to be getting Sami versus Karrion Kross at Mania. That's been set up for a while now. So yeah, yeah, right.
Sammy.
He did, yeah.
It's a shame. It's a shame. I mean, it's a shame for both people because Sami Zayn probably deserves more at WrestleMania than Karrion Kross. But at the same time, I feel like Karrion Kross as a character probably deserves to have more given to him in WWE than
you saved yourself there. I was about to have a debate with
No,
you there.
I love Karrion Kross, dude. He was one of my favorite guys in NXT back in the day. But like, I think with Karrion Kross, he's given the bare minimum, and then takes credit for the maximum. It's like Xavier Woods. Oh, you should be a dick, and then he turns heel like 7 months later, and Karrion Kross is like, that was me.
And it's like Shinsuke as well too. He did that to him as well.
Yeah, it's like that was all me, and it's like, dude, you had one conversation with him. Calm down.
I am interested in where he goes now that the Final Testament is gone. I do think he's a more interesting character by himself.
Yeah.
I think maybe they were just struggling to find out how to work him, but now that they've kind of got that formula down, I think that's kind of where they're going.
I hope so because I love Karrion and Scarlett, and I'd love to see
they're great.
More.
Please bring his old theme song back as well.
Oh, please!
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. G, how are you feeling, seeing as you're the biggest Kevin Owens fan in the room, apart from Van? You guys are both even.
I feel like on today.
Oh, okay, then it's definitely Van who's the number one fan.
I feel attacked right now.
I'll fight you for that.
Good.
I am sick to death. Absolutely sick to death of seeing Kevin Owens lose. We'll put Kevin Owens against Randy, he can lose. We'll put Kevin Owens against Cody, he can lose. Give Kevin Owens a win, please. This man is so talented. He is so good on the mic, so good in the ring. I love Kevin Owens, and I just feel like he's so underused for the past 5 years, and he deserves better. So I'm going fight Owens fight, and he's going to win.
Nice. Genuinely, when is the last time that Kevin Owens won a feud? I mean, I don't even know if I'm not counting when they won the tag titles against the Usos. That's not. I'm not even counting that.
You mean an individual feud?
Yeah.
Oh gosh,
couldn't tell you.
It was.
When was it?
Chris Jericho in 2017.
Maybe when it was Universal. It was that long ago. It's been that long that I can't even remember, and I'm just fed up with the guy being.
He hasn't done a single. He hasn't won a singles match for 2 years because you've got to remember he was in a tag team with Sami Zayn, and then as soon as he finished it with Sami Zayn, he then went in a tag team with Randy Orton. The only time he did was when he was doing the 2-on-1 against Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. That he won a couple of those, but that's nothing.
It's
nothing to really scream home about.
Kevin's a good.
And you guys wonder why I'm sick of him.
Same.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were saying, G?
I was just gonna say it's like they're sat there like, oh, Kevin gets the crowd going. Kevin's a good man, but this person needs to win more. But we'll put them against Kevin because Kevin doesn't mind taking the loss. No, I mind Kevin taking the loss. I don't want Kevin to take the loss.
If I could sit in a car that Kevin Owens was sat in a couple of weeks ago on SmackDown, I wouldn't mind taking the loss either.
Oh, jeez. Ross, what's your thought?
Kevin could take another loss.
No!
Deal with it.
Oh, why?
I'm going to put it out here, right?
I'd hate to be in that household, I'm telling you that.
Sami Zayn cooked on
Right,
the
I'm
mic.
just gonna
instead.
go stunner him.
That would be good
I'd like to
content.
see you try. I'd like to see you try. Who's trained? Who's not? Let's go.
Be nice,
Who's
team.
out?
But on a
Sorry,
real, I was full team Kevin Owens until one particular promo fully sold me on Sami Zayn. Him going, we've gone down this road so many times. We've been friends, not been friends. We've fought every time. The difference in it this time is I don't know what I'm capable of doing, and I don't know what he's capable of doing. If I get the proper version of Sami Zayn I want, if I get shades of old El Generico, his best Ring of Honor work, where he was willing to risk his whole body in that damn ring to go against people, then I'm sorry, there's no way I'm not putting Sami Zayn as the winner in this, because you need that underdog story. How many times has it happened to Sami Zayn as well, of the everyone keeps underestimating him, he gets that close to potentially winning, and then he gets snuffed out. This isn't a case of a belt. This isn't a case of, win-loss records or a number one contenders. This is literally about being the better man in the ring, and this is about their friendship, their rivalry. And Kevin Owens has had the one-up on Sami too many times. If we're going to count that way of win-losses, Kevin Owens beats Sami Zayn more often. So I want Sami Zayn to do it.
There was speculation that Kevin Owens was going to come out dressed as El Generico.
Oh,
Dude,
dude,
that would be so funny.
please. Or come out in an El Generico t-shirt, like an OG Ring of
Well,
Honor
I mean,
El
he does that
Generico
with the
shirt.
t-shirts. He sends messages
Does,
that way,
yeah.
so I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised
Yeah.
if he did it.
Or if he wears like the very OG Sami Zayn, like the Scar one that was the NXT, like the one when he first betrayed him on NXT when he won the belt.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
wear that shirt, that'd be sick.
It's like
But-
playing those psychological mind games.
But
I
like
love it.
for me, it's just with this feud, I wouldn't be mad at either. And the problem I have with this, it should be Mania. It should be on a bigger stage, especially an unsanctioned match. You have so much of more chaos you can do in a WrestleMania scenario. The reason they've done this and pulled the trigger early is literally because it's in Toronto. And again, it's your hometown heroes. You want to show them off. But for the cost of the storyline and the bigger stages and the bigger crowds, I would have held it off. Like, I don't want to sound harsh, but you've already got other Canadians representing the show. You've
Yeah.
added Trish Stratus to the card.
Which we will get into
later.
that. Yeah.
But like, there's other Canadians representing. You don't need to just go, oh, we've got two Canadians that are fighting each other. Cool. That's in Toronto. Let's do it. Because that'll be like, all the Toronto fans are going to come back. No, that people are going to come to watch the storyline, not because it's in Toronto. Like, that's just my viewpoint on it.
If you put on a good match card and it has people from Toronto, people are going to come watch it. But if you put on a good match card and you don't have anybody from Toronto, people are still going to watch it.
Exactly.
You don't need to have that token person from that city on the card to get people to come. If you've got a good card and good
cancel all the matches. Take everyone out of the matches. Let's put everyone Canadian in the matches. Let's have Natalya win the Elimination Chamber. Let's have Trish Stratus win the tag team match. Let's change the name of the pay-per-view to the Canadiation Chamber, and then let's put another two Canadians in the main event and call it a Canadian Stampede match.
Right now.
The Canadiation Chamber.
Someone's car alarm started going off outside just at the right time, just after you finished saying that, because that's how my brain's feeling now. Just completely violated.
Parts outside your house going, yes, yes.
Chris Jericho and Bret Hart main eventing.
Yes, yes.
But it has to be the learning tree, Chris Jericho, there.
No!
With special guest referee Lance Storm.
Oh my God! Stop!
And then we get a run-in from the other un-Americans.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, Van, what's your thoughts on this match?
So, if you would entertain me, I have found Kevin Owens' last pay-per-view singles.
Oh, we love a king who researches.
Yes.
Can I have one guess from each of you of what who his last pay-per-view singles win was against?
I have no idea. I literally couldn't tell you.
When is it in
What
2018?
year?
No, it's not in 2018.
Okay.
Earlier or later?
Later.
I'm
Oh,
gonna say like 2022 then.
I have no idea.
Yes.
Oh, it's in 2022. Okay.
2022.
Oh
Was it against Logan Paul?
no.
No. It was Hell in a Cell 2022 against Ezekiel.
Oh my god, it was.
What?
It was.
Walk
It
with
was.
Oh, wow.
And before that, it was against Sami Zayn at WrestleMania 37.
You guys are out here saying the bloodline storyline is cinema. The work that Kevin Owens was doing to like reveal that family. That's the kind of stuff that you see on those like missing pieces TV shows where people are like trying to find a long lost family members.
But for my prediction, I'm as you can tell, Kevin Owens mark till the day I die.
Yeah.
We love to see
One
it.
of the most underrated performers of all time. Hope he gets another world title before he retires. I have a little different take on the whole Canada thing. They've already had a WrestleMania match. They haven't had a big pay-per-view match in Canada. So I think this is for them. Like they've already checked the WrestleMania box. Like let's check the big Canada match.
Fair enough, yeah.
That being said, I can't have Kevin Owens lose again. And that's not just because I prefer Kevin Owens. You keep saying, Triple H keeps saying, oh, we're protecting you from Kevin Owens. Sami Zayn, we're protecting you. Randy Orton, we're protecting you. But he doesn't win anything. And so I would love for Kevin Owens to get a big win here. I think it also fits into if we're going with Sami Zayn carrying cross, Sami Zayn being the good guy and losing. Because he just can't overcome Kevin Owens' brutality. I think is going to be the play there. It's just unfortunate that Kevin Owens went to go visit his friend's family and he's being called a stalker. The propaganda, the anti Kevin Owens propaganda is insane. he just wants real friends that will stand up for him.
Yeah.
I love that. Do you know, like outside of kayfabe, I think it's hilarious the fact that either Kevin Owens like was meant to go to Sammy's house, like before he goes in there, he just like takes a video and then walks in and goes, "Hi guys," or like before dinner, he's like, "Can I just go outside and just film this real quick?"
That's probably exactly
No
what
phones at the dinner table. All right, I'll go outside.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's amazing.
Sami Zayn slips on some sand in this match, and Karen Cross is like,
I did it. It was me.
"That was me."
I put the sand down.
Titus
Nice.
O'Neil sliding under the ring. Carried it was me all along.
Karen Cross is under the ring, like, "Hello there."
Karrion Cross sound like Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob.
You didn't see my banana peel, Titus O'Neil.
Funny. I actually, like my tagline says, I got no clue who's going to win this match. I'm just going to go for Kevin Owens on this one because I can see him absolutely just obliterating Sami Zayn, and then Randy Orton comes out to make the save, and that's how they set up for WrestleMania. That's what I can see.
Okay.
All right, we're going to move into the next match, which, like my tagline also says, why the fuck is this on the card? Makes no sense. So we have the team of Candice LeRae and Nia Jax taking on the women's champion Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus. I'm just going to say it out here first before I go ahead and give it to you guys, but I really just feel like this should have just been a rematch for, the women's belt just between Nia and Tiffany. I don't know if that's how you guys feel, because it just feels like they just wanted to put Trish on the card just for the sake of it when
I
they
would have
actually
preferred
had
a
a perfect
fun-
women's feud ready to go.
Canada.
I would have preferred a fun just Trish versus Tiffany match.
Yeah.
Like it's just
Yeah, well, that.
Yeah.
Well, they teased that last year.
Yeah, like new age versus old age. It would have been cooler to have, like,
Yeah.
Old age.
Well, sorry, I misworded
different
that.
generation, you should say.
Yeah, that's what I could have
New age
picked
versus
the
old
word. New gen versus new gen.
Yeah,
versus,
new age
that
outlaw.
era.
Whoa, it's time to rock and roll. She comes out in a Zimmer frame.
I didn't mean it like that, you dick.
Gee, what are your thoughts on this match? I'll throw this one to you first.
Why
Yes,
are we
same.
having this match?
Well, yeah. I don't know.
I just don't get it. Like, I would have much preferred to have seen like Tiffany versus Nia, or if they wanted to put Trish on, Trish versus Tiffany, have Tiffany win. Trish gets on, she puts someone over. Tiffany still stays great because she's champion. You know, it didn't need to be a tag match. It wasn't necessary to be a tag match. I would have been quite happy with Tiff versus Trish or Nia versus Tiff. You know, Trish and Tiff are gonna win. There's like no doubt about it. They're not gonna let Trish lose in Toronto, and Tiff's not gonna lose because she's champion. Like, you can't have your champion lose. You can't do it. So I don't have much else to say on that matter other than those two are gonna win.
Could we potentially see Charlotte getting involved in this?
Nah.
Maybe.
I don't care.
I don't care.
I don't care.
You'll have to
Ross,
let me know if she does, because I won't be watching.
Ross, what do you think?
Well, look, just I'm the same as everyone else. But why? But why?
But why?
Like,
But
I
why?
would have rather like a Tiff versus Candice, or Stratus versus Tiff. Like, just something cooler, something that didn't need to just be a quick tag match, because all I'm gonna say is blame Canada, and Canada's gonna win, so they're just gonna make Trish win. Like, that's all I can see. Like,
Canada.
yeah, literally, I could just quote South Park memes of just blame Canada. But I just genuinely feel like you're not gonna make your brand new champion lose going towards Mania, and you're not gonna make hometown hero in Stratus lose. So I've got them to win, but I just don't really care for this match. Like, I like all four wrestlers in the ring. I just don't care that it's been placed on the card, because it just feels like this will get the Canada fans to come watch again.
Yeah. Fair enough. Reese, what do you think?
God. I don't know. Why is this match even taking place? I think even sometimes, I think even like WWE forgets that this match is taking place. I think I've heard him say it maybe twice. Like, advertised it twice. And literally the only reason why this match is taking place is because Trish is just like, "Hey, Nia, buddy, you're picking up my friend Tiff, guy. So I'm gonna face you at the chamber." Like, that's literally the only reason it's happening.
That was a really good impression of the South Park Canadian. That was so good.
Candace and Nia, you're picking up my friend Tiff, guy.
Could that be why Chris Jericho's got his current gimmick? Because he's just taking the piss out of South Park characters.
Yeah.
That's my friend Tiffany. Just picture my mouth like moving like that while I'm doing it.
I am.
You're not my friend, guys.
I'm telling you that much.
You're not my friend, buddy. So I'm gonna beat you in Canada, buddy.
Hey, bud.
I'm gonna give you some satisfaction, guy.
For all those who don't watch South Park, you guys are like missing out.
They're like, what the hell are you going on about?
What are you
waffling with a chip kick, guy?
That's so funny.
Satisfaction and Trish kick, guy. That's why you got to hit with you, buddy. Anyway, my point is Trish is going to win because Canada. That's why. Anyway, next. Shout out to all the comments who's probably putting their opinions in the comments as well.
Love to see
Yeah, they
it.
are as well.
Van, what's going on here? What do you think?
It'll be fun. As much as I don't care, it'll be fun, and it's always cool to see Trish in the ring. She still got it.
Yeah.
But from a business perspective, I understand why we're doing this. But from like a consumer standpoint, why is this happening and not Rhea versus Io?
Yeah, it's on Monday. It's literally the next night.
Yeah,
what's happening?
I know.
Like when they announced Rhea and Io first, I was like that sucks, but like I get it. Like the chamber matches are gonna go long, and then literally 3 days later, they were like, "We're having a tag match." And what are we doing? But there's no way in hell that that Nia and Candice win this. Candice is gonna take the pin, and Charlotte may come out during or after the match. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
he gives up.
It sucks that like we're saying that we don't care about this because obviously like you know that G and I, especially from this podcast, have always been like pushing for more women's feuds, pushing for more meaningful storylines. We've been pushing for, you know, as much attention to be put into the women's division as the men's division has. And like, sure, it's amazing to get more women on the card, but make it make sense. Like I just don't understand why this is even a thing. Like as I said, you know, when we started talking about our predictions for this specific match, I'd said why couldn't they have just done a rematch between Nia and Tiffany for the title? Like that in itself would have made sense because she's the champ. She was the ex-champion. That rematch clause is in place. That would have been an easy story to tell.
Yeah,
but they've decided not to do that, and they've decided to insert Trish Stratus, which she has her place in WWE. I'm not going to take that away from her. But you have somebody like a Chelsea Green who's the champion who could have actually paired up with Tiffany Stratton for this moment, and you don't even have her on the card.
And she's Canadian.
Exactly.
That is crazy. I didn't think about that. That is insane.
She's not even on the card. She'll probably be on SmackDown if it's happening in Canada, but she won't actually be on the card. Like, why is that women's championship not being defended either? Why is the women's Intercontinental Championship not being defended? Like, that doesn't make sense.
But it doesn't. But that's the thing. It doesn't need to be a tag match either. Like,
No.
yeah, I know Chelsea Green's in a tag match and she has Piper Niven and all of that, and that storyline's going. But you're also the USA champion. She could have been like, I'm the US champ. You don't think I'm going to defend in my hometown?
She could have literally, I'm just telling you this now, she could have literally come out and been like, guys, I'm the US champ. I'm in Canada in my home country, blah, blah, blah. I'm hosting an open challenge tonight. Literally. And Trish Stratus could have answered it.
Literally.
Yeah. Like, it's actually not that difficult.
I'm very surprised Chelsea Green hasn't done the Lance Storm thing from back in the day where she's changed it to the Canadian title. That would have been funny.
I don't know. It's just there's so many more things they could have done to fill a woman's spot.
I'll tell you what though, even if you wanted to do Tiffany versus Nia, right? You could have just thrown in Trish as like a special guest referee. Like she didn't need to be in this match. If you wanted a flavor of Canada, you could have just thrown her in as a special guest.
I'm just annoyed they didn't do the Chelsea Green Open Challenge because I know that she's been teasing for a long time that she wants to do like a Divas Open Challenge. She could have started that off with the likes of Trish Stratus, but. Anyway, my prediction for this is obviously they're not going to have Tiffany and Trish lose, so that's my prediction for this match.
Valid.
Yeah, I just don't understand like Triple H sometimes. I just don't. That's a conversation for another day. I just don't get him sometimes. But let's also move on to the last official match on the card. It is the Men's Elimination Chamber. Now, we have Damian Priest, Logan Paul, Seth Rollins. We have Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, and John Cena in this match. Ross, I'm going to pass this one over to you first. What do you think about this match, and what is your prediction for the winner?
I'm on your team for once in all of this situation. The team of I'm sticking with Seth Rollins. When in doubt, always pick Seth Rollins. I very much, when I first saw the card until I saw Seth finally kind of speak and have this whole situation going on, I really saw more a Punk or a Cena winning out of them because obviously Punk wants to go on and main event at WrestleMania. And obviously what Cena said, what's best for business is him being a 17-time champion. But I think the best story that was actually told in the ring was what Seth Rollins basically said to Cody of I'm trying to stop you from being the thing I hated becoming. He became corporate, and now that obviously The Rock did the whole I'm Shang Tsung and I want to steal your soul for whatever fucking reason.
We'll get into that at the end of this podcast for sure.
If he steals his soul, where will he put his adrenaline?
Adrenaline, yeah, I saw that meme. That was rude.
Yeah.
But there's a reason why I mentioned that is because of what Seth said to him after and how Cody slapped it back. Cody stating, everyone's chasing me. I'm not chasing you. And also the fact of Cody turned around and went, I know who you are. You shook my hand to then when I went to go leave to go get my pecs sorted, you hit me in the back of the head with a sledgehammer. Yeah, you stood up for me and was my shield and you were my mate at the time, but you also will quickly change and your soul is tainted. So that's why Rock probably didn't speak to you. The shades of that make me want a Cody versus Seth all over again at a Mania again, because I think the storyline's going to be swapped now. I think Seth's going to be the babyface. I feel Cody's going to go corporate heel, and I feel that's how you do it. So I'm going to go with Seth.
Nice. Van, what do you think?
I am praying for a Seth Rollins crash out. With everyone doing all the Roman Reigns stuff, with even at this point, well, Cody's already done the thing teaming at Bad Blood or wherever it was, with Roman, and now even considering the thing with The Rock, I'm so excited for the crash out. I need a Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins faction, and it will feed me for generations. But looking at the people specifically in this match, there's two that really stand out to me as people that I think have the biggest chance of winning. Damian is definitely on the bottom of that list. I just don't see Damian being involved. I think he's probably the first or second person to get eliminated, unless he kicks out everyone's finisher.
Put that can down. Put that can down.
Logan, if Gunther was the prize, I could see Logan winning, and I honestly wouldn't have been mad about it. Drew, I love Drew. It's not looking like they're going to use him in a big spot this year. I'm just praying they don't put him in a feud with Damian Priest at WrestleMania. Don't care.
They might.
I don't think either of them deserve that. Like, I think it's tight on both ends.
Terrible feud. It's awful. Yeah. Seth, I think, has an opportunity. I just don't see that story being Seth. I see Seth and Roman being the WrestleMania match right now. And so Cena and Punk for me are the top two. I kind of see this storyline with The Rock, and kind of skipping ahead a little bit, unfortunately, but you kind of have to. I kind of see this storyline as kind of like a Star Wars, literally Anakin Skywalker story, of where he gets seduced to the dark side because The Rock can offer him something that he wants, which is brotherhood and something to take the weight off of him. And he needs the Luke Skywalker. And there's no bigger baby face, there's no bigger good guy than John Cena to be that Luke Skywalker, even if that means he has to take the title off of him, just like in Star Wars, Darth Vader had to be on his last breath to be redeemed. I could 100% see John Cena being the Luke Skywalker in this story. So as much as I would love CM Punk to win this, last week I would have told you CM Punk. But after the whole thing with The Rock, I think Cena's going to get the dub here.
Yeah, and like for it to be a Cena situation, Cena has to compromise his own values, beliefs, and morals for him to get to the opportunity that he wants to get to. And that might be difficult, but we all saw him after the Royal Rumble press conference where he kind of had that bit of a demeanor shift where he was like, what's best for business is this, and I'm entering myself in it, blah, blah, blah. That's a massive demeanor shift from how we'd seen him in the past. Reese, do you want to give your thoughts on this?
Yeah, this is a difficult chamber to call, to be honest with you. First of all, I've heard rumors that Damian Priest might be attacked on SmackDown so Jacob Fatu can get in the chamber.
Oh, that would be so good.
That's the problem with us doing the podcast the day before SmackDown, is things can change just like that on the fly.
Yeah.
Did you say that part again just when Ross comes in? Because I don't know if how he would react. What were you saying, Reese, about Damian Priest on SmackDown?
I was saying I've heard rumors that Damian Priest might be attacked on Friday so Jacob Fatu can get in the chamber. Because you've got...
There we go!
He's hulking up, brother! He's hulking up, brother!
You know that moonsault off the top of one of the pods? That'd be dope.
Bro,
I will say that my hot take with that is I don't want Jacob Fatu in the chamber because he has to lose.
Yeah, exactly.
I get that. You don't want
if he's in the chamber, he has to lose.
And if he wins.
Oh, it does mean.
I can't do another Cody Rhodes bloodline match at WrestleMania. I can't. I need a break.
But why? They're always so interesting. They're always so interesting.
Reese could talk about them for hours.
He could have his own solo podcast where he talks.
Yeah. Would you like me to? I will if you want.
Just let me know when to leave the
Incoming
studio.
2020, some point in 2025, Reese will have a 3-hour podcast on his own talking about the bloodline.
Let's do it. I'm down. I'll make it just yeah.
Love it.
Right. But so I'm going to be leaving the Rock thing to last because I have a few predictions about that. But like as far as the chamber goes, I feel like I've said this several times. In an ideal world, I'd quite like Drew McIntyre to win it, but that's not going to happen. I could honestly see Cena winning this, but that goes against the storyline that I want for Cena this year.
Yeah.
Because Logan Paul, honestly, and this is crazy to say, like, is a very good shout for this year in the chamber. I think he's probably one of the most likely people to win it. I don't want him to. I don't think he will, but I think he's got a very good chance of doing so. Which leaves Seth, and apart from Punk, him and like Seth are probably the last two. They probably should be the last two. And I think maybe Roman comes out to cost Seth. And then maybe we get a fatal 4-way at WrestleMania or something. I don't know.
Cool.
Because I don't see a world where Punk is doing anything else apart from either facing Seth or Roman or facing Cody. Just combine it. Why not? Just make it all one thing. I'm gonna say Punk to win this. I think it's the most likely one. Like I say, it's a 50-50 between him and Seth, but I honestly would prefer it if Punk won, so I'm going to go with him.
Fair enough. G, have you given your thoughts yet?
I haven't, but I will.
Okay.
And
you need to take a drink first before you do that?
Do you want me to have a drink first?
If you want to. If it's not going to sway your opinion.
I'm going to put the can down. Because I am not going with Punk on this one.
Oh my gosh. No way, she's converted to Coke Zero.
What a heel turn. Oh my god.
No, joking. I am actually not going with Punk on this one. As much as I would love to see Punk win, and I would love to see Punk win, I think this favour with Paul Heyman is what's going to get him into his WrestleMania match. So I have gone for Seth. I think Seth is probably the most likely to win, other than John Cena, but I'm not going for John Cena because I don't want him to win. So if I vote against him, he's not going to win, although it probably won't happen. Anyway, I've gone for Seth because I feel like he's the most likely in there to win. Seth versus Cody would be a great match, and if we have the things that people have said with Punk being put in from Heyman and Roman being put in, the fatal 4-way between them would be an amazing match, and I actually would really, really enjoy seeing that. I think it would be a really good match, and obviously with what happened at the end of the Rumble between like Seth, Roman and Punk, there's going to be something going on there, and we haven't seen Roman since then either, so yeah, I think there'll be something going on there. I mean, I would really, really also enjoy seeing Drew McIntyre win, but I just don't feel like it's going to happen. So yeah, Seth is my pick to win.
I love that. I've actually seen people talking about the, obviously we're going to go into the Rock thing when that comes up, which we'll talk about at the end of the predictions for this match. But I'm just going to say this briefly and we can get into it a little bit later. But I've actually seen people mentioning the potential of maybe Drew McIntyre aligning with The Rock.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's something that people would want to see. People are referencing the fact that he gave him a sword for re-signing, and I'm like, I don't think that's necessarily grounds for them doing their thing. But I think if Drew is that desperate towards wanting to get that title back, I think, if he was to feel like he needed to align with somebody, who better to do that within The Rock, right? But I don't know. Anyway, I don't know with this match. I'm tossing up between Cena and Punk. I feel like I would like to see the layer of Cena aligning with The Rock for him to get what he needs to get out of his last year, for him to know that, he's not necessarily the same John Cena that he once was. He'll feel that desperation and that need to get that 17th title. And, you know, if they're both thinking about what's best for business, and Rock, you know, goes into business for himself quite a bit, as we all know. So I think I'm just gonna go Cena on this one. I think it's the safest bet. I think this one for me, like, you know, you've got the Biancas and you've got the Cena. I feel like that's probably the safest option with your predictions. I know. Feels weird not saying Seth Rollins though.
I just had a diabolical thought that.
Yes.
So what if this match main events and the Rock conversation doesn't? Cody says no.
Yep.
The Rock enters himself into the Elimination Chamber at the end and wins.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
No.
Imagine.
Oh my god!
Imagine.
You know what's actually funny is, like, I can totally see that happening.
I could too.
We're in a world
Yeah.
where it could happen.
Now.
Oh.
I'm down. Let's do
Who
it.
does he take out to go in though?
Nobody.
I think he just
walked
goes
in.
like it's a final two and people are on the ground and like it's
Yeah.
whoever the final two are worn out. He just walks in, opens the door. He's like, open this thing, or I'm gonna fire you, and walks in.
No. Final two. They're both on the floor. A hole opens in the middle of the ring, and a pod just comes up. And
Hey, that would be dope. That'd be
He's
so
in
cool.
the pod. He's just in the pod, like right.
That's incredible.
Unironically, that would be really cool. That'd be an
It
awesome.
would
visual.
be cool.
I mean, WWE does have that production value. They can make anything happen. You know, Triple H is the one that's, you know, choreographing everybody's entrances. He did Penta's one, so I feel like he could definitely figure something out for that.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about The Rock. We may as well get into this because this is the last thing within the show in terms of what's going on.
Do we have to?
Well,
Yeah.
unfortunately, yes.
45
Because
minutes.
unfortunately,
we have
yes.
to go
Because
45 minutes on this.
WWE is out here making a bigger deal out of this within the last couple of days than, you know, any of the women's matches that they have taking place on the card. So you can tell what's forthright in mind of WWE is definitely this. So I want everyone to kind of shoot out their thoughts about what they think is going to go down, because can I tell you, I had no idea what the fuck he said on TV, mate. I got no clue. Here's the thing.
I'll tell you
I
what
was
essentially what he said.
watching SmackDown on 1.5 times speed after it had aired, and then I actually found out that if you were watching it in real time, it took like almost 45 minutes.
Yep.
Essentially,
No
what he said. Essentially, what he said was the same thing 3 times, very slowly.
So he's just
Pretty
trying
much.
to fill the word count in an essay, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ah,
This is a real great city.
So
Yeah,
I know the cliff points of what he said. He made the announcement about WrestleMania taking place in New Orleans, which is cool. But then he went ahead and turned on the crowd and said that they're disease-ridden. Like, why is it that every single year he gets a reminder on his phone to go ahead and fuck up WrestleMania plans? Like, this is the second year in a row he's doing this. It's actually not funny.
I'm
It's
telling
not
you.
funny.
Oh, it is. It's hilarious.
Really not.
It's brilliant. It's fantastic. It's funny. Literally, like I feel like this guy turned heel and face more times in that one promo than the Big Show has in his whole career.
Bro,
Like,
the promo he did was worse.
That's literally what I said.
The promo he did on
Screaming.
SmackDown was worse than the one he did on NXT. The one he did on NXT was god awful. This one was.
I don't know.
terrible.
That one was pretty bad.
They're both bad,
Yeah.
man. Both.
No, they're all
Sorry.
fantastic.
This was the
What are you
worst.
talking
I'm
about?
sorry, this was awful. The fact man was like, "Oh, I don't want your title." Weirdly strokes it. Really uncomfortable how he was saying it as well to Cody. Touches the side of his face and was like, "I want your soul." I'm like, brother, what are you doing?
Hot
You
take. I
can tell
really
that was
enjoyed it.
written by Brian Gewirtz for sure.
I really enjoyed it. I won't lie.
It's so
I-
bad.
I liked. The heel and face turns were weird. The repeating himself, that's just The Rock. He's gonna do that every time he gets on the mic. But like the actual substance of that promo was my favorite thing WWE's done this year so far. I'm not gonna lie, it was so much fun.
I can get behind that.
I'm a Star Wars nerd, so my literal first thought was, "Oh my god, it's Palpatine! Oh my god, I can't believe it." I
literally
loved
said
it.
that.
Because realistically, what story do we have going into WrestleMania for Cody Rhodes? That's remotely interesting.
Him versus
Nothing.
Punk.
Nothing.
Kind of like the whole year as champion. Nothing.
Like this gives us so many different layers to go with. Of there's so many options and so many ways we can go with either him saying yes, him saying no. If he says no, does The Rock try to target someone else? Does he just go for Cody himself? There's so much that could go here. Obviously, The Rock is a tier 1 narcissist, but good content's good content, brother.
He do be. I mean, if he can screw over Henry Cavill, he can definitely screw over Cody Rhodes. That's for sure.
I literally said in the video that I made about that I was literally just quoting Palpatine. I was like, "The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities." Literally quoted like Palpatine.
No,
to go
literally, you could use the power to save the ones you care about from dying.
Yeah, right.
You can actually save. You can actually have friends.
G and Ross, I want to hear what you guys think about this because I feel like we've been doing a lot of the talking.
Are you sure?
I just want him to actually just fuck off at this point, eh? Like,
Did you ever hear the tragedy?
Here's how it's gonna go down. Here's how it's gonna go down, right? Cody's gonna come down. The Rock's gonna come down. The Rock will go, "So can I have your soul?" And Cody's gonna lose all of his adrenaline. That's just how it's gonna be.
He'll play Beyonce's.
Cody Rhodes is literally going to disappear and become a tattoo on the Rock, like Moana style.
He's just gonna enjoy
With his little Maui, his little Cody Rhodes.
Okay, out of real shit. Nah, man is gonna do fucking Mortal Kombat fatality. Shang Tsung just zap the energy out of Cody Rhodes. Throw it
I feel like Rock took my soul. Like he sapped it out of me. I got nothing left to give.
The Rock's just stood there with like Cody Rhodes. Did you ever hear the tragedy of Paul Heyman, the wise man?
Literally, cinema.
So like, I'm okay with this corporate storyline. I just don't think the way it was delivered. It like if it was more delivered in a sense of like very bluntly, like join me, work alongside the company under me, and then I can elevate you higher than you've ever been before. Like it would have sounded better. The way it kind of was presented, just like it threw a lot of people off, and it's like it isn't a case of like but wrestling fans don't understand this, or it's like there's a deeper layer to it. It's like no, just The Rock said a lot of words that were the same words, but like in original substance, if he just said it once and delivered it clear and crystal, I think a lot more people would hype it up. Because like I said to G when I sat there, I was like, okay, so what he's actually saying with the way he's saying, I want your soul, is no, he wants you to sell out. You sold yourself to him, like you're selling your soul to the devil type angle that he wants to go.
Like Seth Rollins did, like with the Authority.
Yeah, literally that's what it was. It's a new angle going on the Authority side of it. But I'm like, if he said it in that way, without all the extra bullshit, and then also stopping midway through to shout at a fan and being like, I'll slap the herpes off your lips. Like, we didn't need that. Get to the point. Cody is your focus. Focus on Cody. Then deal with the crowd after you've said the shocking moments.
If he had just gotten straight to the point, it would have taken him 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. It was a 45-minute promo.
Exactly.
It was a 45-minute promo that could have lasted 10 minutes, like, honestly.
Yeah.
The Rock.
And I know that people are out here being like, wrestling fans are stupid. I can be dumb sometimes, but if you had to just like laid it out super clear and said what your intentions were, instead of doing ADHD brain and going everywhere, then we'd be like, awesome, sweet, fantastic. But it's like he got distracted with his own stuff and he like wanted to call out people and then he tried to get himself back on track. I can just imagine Brian Gewirtz in the back being like, that wasn't the script. Like,
I do think that is sometimes it is a very big issue is a lot of wrestling fans just refuse to like enjoy anything that's not instant gratification. I think that the fact that we don't know what's going to happen is why it's so great. But I do agree with the fact that we could have gotten there a lot shorter, and I understand the criticism of the delivery of that specific promo. But I think criticism of the actual content itself is kind of weird for me. I don't know, because we have so many different possibilities and fun things we can go down that are so much more interesting. Like Cody Rhodes selling his soul is so much more interesting than what anything we could have gotten.
Exactly. And that's not to say that this storyline between him and The Rock is, you know, just because we didn't get what we wanted just there and then. It's not instant gratification. I completely agree with you. But I just think, like, it's just an easier, quicker way to get to the point of the promo faster.
Yeah,
I know fully well we're probably not going to get The Rock and Cody for, like, probably another 6 months to a year. So that in itself is not giving us what we want right away. But there's ways of getting to your point quicker and making it easier to digest for people. You know, you don't it's like a layer, it's like an onion, it's got layers, you know, like we can do the dissecting ourselves and we can do the heavy thinking, but we just need a super simple promo for us to actually, we can do the deep thinking. We don't need Rock to do the deep thinking for us to then be like, why did he make it so confusing?
I don't mind.
Sorry, go on, Van. Sorry.
I don't mind The Rock's like long-winded promos, but it does get to a point where it's like, all right, we're dry. Like I think he does a really good job at the whole like the heel like grabbing the crowd and like dragging them on, like and really getting your interest. I think he's one of the best in the world at that. But I do think recently he has kind of gone a little overboard with it, which in general I love it. Because I mean, when I'm watching it on stream, like I'm being dragged and I love it. But I think especially this past week, it was a little much.
Yeah. Reese, what were you gonna say?
I just want just to indulge me for a minute, because I have 4 potential outcomes for what can come in like with The Rock.
You got
I would like. I would no, it won't take an hour, but it'll take a sec. Like,
it's not like it took an hour. I ain't got time for that.
I would like to see all 4 of these things that would happen, right? Obviously, you've got the obvious road of Cody Rhodes selling his soul. Ross proper sold me on that when he sent me that that video of, and it was Cody Rhodes pretty much going like, "I'm not chasing you, you're chasing me," and it was like the Homelander violin in the background doing like absolutely going like full heel. The second option is Drew McIntyre. Like we brought him up a little bit before when he was whispering in The Rock's ear. It would fit his character perfectly if he turned and sold his soul to The Rock. Like a guy who will do anything to get back to the top. That's Drew McIntyre. Like if you were to describe what The Rock is offering to any superstar on the roster, it literally describes Drew McIntyre. Like he wants to be back at the top. He wants the adulation that he didn't get in the pandemic. Like that is what he wants. Third option is John Cena. Now you could go a similar road with John Cena in terms of him just turning full heel, but instead of being like a Homelander, John Cena's like Soldier Boy. Like he's looking at like Cody Rhodes and he's like, "You're just a cheap fucking knockoff." Like that's literally what John Cena could say to him. Like, "You're wearing a
Cody Rhodes
fucking."
goes, "Yeah, trick, yeah."
Do you know what I mean? Like, you'd be like, "You wear the American flag, dude. Like, you're just a cheap fucking knockoff of me. I am the original. Like, I am the original." Like, you could go full Soldier Boy. Fourth option is Seth Rollins. We could just do the Authority all over again with Seth. He's got the past history of it. We know he can be a great heel in that sense. We know he can be an Authority heel, like a guy who has been given everything. Like even that can be done the same way as the Shield was done, and it'd be absolutely beautiful. Like Cody Rhodes, like doesn't accept The Rock's offer, and like I don't know, let's just say on like a Monday Night Raw, even at WrestleMania, and The Rock comes out and says, "Cody, you rejected my offer. Like, you know, you spoiled my plans. You absolutely ruined everything." And then he goes, "But there's always a plan B."
Yeah.
That would be
That'd be cool.
My only problem with Drew and Seth is their big problem, and their the center of their character right now is the fact that they hate the bloodline.
Yeah.
And I feel like that kind of throws off so much if them two specifically team with. Because their entire character
I fully think Drew or Seth would sell their soul though to be.
That's fair.
I think Drew more than Seth would sell his soul. Like at this point, Drew is clutching at straws to get what he wants.
Drew literally like has gone against all of his principles in the past to get his title matches. Like I could see it. So like I say with Seth, he hates Roman, But how much does he hate Roman? Does he hate Roman more than the spotlight? Does he hate Roman more than daytime TV, like, Saturday Night Live? Like, does he hate it more than being the guy again? Because he hasn't been the guy for a while. He was world champion, but he wasn't the guy. So how much does he really hate Roman? Like, I could see it. I could see any of those 4 options. I think Cody's the best option, but I think option 2, 3, and 4 are also pretty good.
What about Punk?
Punk, I think it's too late in his career. I think it's too late. I know that's hypocritical because I've just said it about Cena, but Cena has an end date. Cena has like an end game, like, the end of the year. Like, this is a storyline that could last a year.
But with Punk, we know that he's itching to get that main event of WrestleMania. If we have him sell his soul, and he knows that in the back of his mind, he still has that favor that he can pull in from Paul Heyman.
What if that is his favor? And it just you have to have it's like The Rock and Paul Heyman have a meeting, and like Punk, like, we're giving you this favor, but we need something from you or something. I don't know.
What if Paul Heyman and The Rock come together for this one thing? Because they're both against Roman at this point.
So the problem I have with that is Punk's whole gimmick for years on years has been anti-authority. You lose all kind of credibility and that charm of Punk will beat the hell out of anyone for the better of the fans, making him corporate. You lose that kind of no BS CM Punk we all came to love. And I understand that'd be crazy if you want to make him like a proper heel, like you destroy everything he's been in that and rebuild it. But I feel like it would die off so quick. People would just hate it.
I'll tell you what though, Ross, I'll flip that on you, right? Obviously, like, it would be turning CM Punk against everything that he stood for. Like the pipe bomb, like he's literally like breaking down people like that. Like, what wouldn't it be like some kind of beautiful irony if CM Punk became the New York Yankees?
Ooh.
I hate that you're beautiful right. Irony.
I hate that. I hate that. I get what you mean by saying they just become the Yankees.
Yeah.
I get that. Oh.
That would be kind of cool.
It would.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, that is literally selling your soul, your ideals, your self-respect, your integrity for the spotlight.
It's funny.
He dressed down John Cena 10 years ago, over 10 years ago now, for being the guy. You used to be like us, but you're not like us anymore. You are the New York Yankees. 10, 11, 12 years later, CM Punk does the exact same thing.
Oh,
Cinema.
Yeah.
It's great.
Long-term storytelling.
You flipped it in a way where I'm like, damn, he used the New York.
You're like, I can see that.
I'm like,
I can't unsee it.
No, it's more, I can't unsee that now. Like, that's instantly changed my perspective because if they use that type of line, I'm here for it.
Yep.
Nice. Does anyone else have any other thoughts on Elimination Chamber? Anything they think is going to go down before we wrap up?
The only thoughts is, I am very open to this Rock segment. I'm down for it. Like Van said, like, I love cinema. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. The Crimson Guild on TikTok, go follow it. A huge fan of Star Wars. Honestly, it is cinema, and it is a classic tale of good versus evil. Like, you can't get any better than that. It's simplicity. Sometimes there is something simple in a person like turning on everything that he stood for to get everything that he couldn't get the right way. I think that's beautiful. So, like, I am very open to what's going to happen with Cody, with whoever takes the Rock's deal, because someone is taking the Rock's deal. We just don't know who yet. Yeah.
Could be Triple H. You never know.
That may have already happened.
It's Santino Marella.
That already happened.
Santino Marella, like, you son of a guy.
I love seeing him in person. It was so cool.
I was going to say, you were in person with the pop that he got.
Yeah.
The hard boys. The hard boys.
The hard boys.
The hard boys.
The hard
boys.
Love to see it. Jeez. That was really good.
The attraction.
Yeah. Traction versus the
So
Hard
funny.
Boys.
Love it.
The hanky
All right.
panky.
Before I get Reese to wrap up this podcast, Van, do you want to go ahead and shout out your socials so people know where to find you?
Yeah,
They are
I'm,
in the description as well.
You can still shout them out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
VanVleet WWE on all platforms. If you're interested in music, VanVleet on all platforms: Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Pandora. If you're weird like that, but yeah, everywhere. I got a new song coming out tonight at
Make sure to
midnight
listen to it.
in America. I think that might be about it.
Nice.
100%.
Reese, and take
Go,
it away
go.
with the outro.
100%. Go check out his content. Go check out the new song dropping at midnight US. I'm assuming it's going to be like 3 or 4 in the morning, but I'll check it out tomorrow. Make sure you go follow. Make sure you go follow all of us on TikTok, X, and Instagram at Outcasted OC. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit your bell so you never miss a video. I hope you look forward to Elimination Chamber. We've got 4 great matches. Some of them have been undervalued, but let's not forget all of the people in those matches can put on absolute bangers when they are called to. And let's see who accepts the Rock's deal if we get an answer at Elimination Chamber. But for now, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the podcast. Take care and peace out.
Peace.
Deuces.